whatever you do, don't stand in front of a lighted background like a window for your video. You'll wind up being a dark silhouette. If you turn your camera toward a solid wall, look at the difference of how the subject shows up. And if you have an even darker wall, the face shows up even clearer. One easy way to record a virtual video is to do it on your desktop. I'm going to show you how to do this with a Macintosh. First thing you have to do, have your earbuds in, plug them in. The earbuds will prevent the learning track from getting into your recording because the only thing you want in this recording is the sound of your voice, not the learning track. So the next thing, let's bring up the sheet music. And you can actually use the mouse and scroll with this wheel. See that? So you can scroll as you're singing with that wheel. Alright, so bring it back to the top. And now let's open iMovie, which is the star right here. And we're going to click on the camera, and that is going to import your video. So we click capture. We're going to type in the title, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And then it's starting to record now. You see the numbers going? But that's fine because we're going to trim out the beginning. So next thing you do, you're going to play the track. And it's going to play, it's going to have you clap. 3, 4, clap. Your clap needs to be seen and heard in the video. Don't just put your hands together, don't just make the sound. It has to be seen. You should be able to see those hands come together, and that's how I sync all the videos together. And then it's recording now, it's ready to play, and I'm going to put up the sheet music and you sing along with it. See that? And then when you're done, you go back to iMovie, you click stop. Done. Now you're going to highlight your clip. You can do select all, and let's crop it, because let's do fit. Done. Because it could wind up like this, and you don't want, like, you could wind up missing your head, just have your mouth, which will look kind of funny. But let's do fit, and that will put the whole screen in. When I put the video together, I have to crop out things. I might crop a rectangle like this just to have your face and some of your shirt in the video. But it's good to have the rest of the material here. So now we're going to drag this here. And then we're going to export using Quicktime. And have yourself. I'm just going to call it have yourself. Let me put this, I'll put it in documents. And then it's going to share the Quicktime file to your documents. This is going to take about 3 minutes here, but then you go to documents and you're going to send me that file. Another thing you could do is you could tape your music to the screen like this. Whatever you do, don't tape over that camera, wherever the camera is, because that's going to block your view. So this camera is not going to pick up the music. It's only going to pick up you when it records. So you could tape the music there and still take a look at the screen, whatever you're comfortable with. This one has 3 pages, so you could put maybe 1, 2, 3. Just don't cover up the camera. And I showed you the wheel, I mentioned the wheel before, that's what it looks like. So when your video is done and exported from iMovie, you take the file, which is here, it says .mov, and you're going to drag it into the Google Drive folder that I share with you for your videos. And it's going to upload. This one was 42 seconds, so it's less than a minute, but a longer video would take longer. So when you do that, I will have the video at full resolution. You could also do this with videos you take on your phone, because you could airdrop them to your computer and then just drag them into the Google Drive. You could record your video using your iPhone. So what you're going to do is set it vertically like this. You press record, and you plug your earbuds into your Chromebook so the sound of your learning track does not get in your video. And you take, if you need the music, you can put a stand in front of your phone, and you can put it pretty high up. As long as it doesn't block the camera, you should be fine. And now you can see the music, you can look directly at the camera, and you press play. Make sure your clap is seen and heard when you clap, like that. And that helps me sync the videos together. So this is an option of using a phone.
Most tripods nowadays come with a phone mount adapter. This part of the tripod is called the plate. The plate screws into the phone mount adapter. Make sure the screw is tight enough that the phone mount adapter stays still. Then you slide it into the slot at the top of the tripod.
And then you take your phone and you put it in. You pull this up and it puts the phone in like that. And then you can turn the tripod vertically like this. You can have it horizontal like that. You can adjust the height or whatever. So now you know how to attach a phone to a tripod if that's something you're interested in. Set your camera to 1080p at 60 frames per second. So we click on the gear here, that's settings. And then I'm going to zoom in so you can see better. Let me get this zoomed and turned. And we're going to scroll down till we get to where it says camera. Keep on going down, keep on going down. And here it is, camera. So we click on camera there. And mine is already set at 1080p, where it says record video 1080p at 60 frames per second. But if yours is not, you click on that and you see the different choices. And there's one that has 30 frames per second, but we're going to do 60 frames per second, 1080p, because you want your videos to look as clear as possible. Okay. So I'm preferring to have the phone vertically in portrait for this because of the way the shape of faces are and for the amount of faces I put in. If you can only manage to get it in a horizontal landscape, I can work with that and I can crop out the sides. But if you start with the vertical and you fill the screen with the image of your child's face in there, I'm going to straighten this up, you're going to have a clearer resolution of the child. If you don't own a tripod, there are many creative ways of setting up the phone. Take the video. So say you look at your phone, make sure you get to know where the camera is. On my phone, the camera is on one side. That's an advantage because what you can do is, see it's on the stand, but if you set it to the side like this, your camera view is not being obscured by the stand itself. And then you can have stand behind the camera. You might have to sit down for the video. If your stand doesn't go high enough, you might have a stool or something to get the face totally into the video. But you could use a music stand, you could use a table. There are a lot of creative ways of doing this. So as long as your camera is not being blocked.